世界嘅香港，大家好！依家係香港時間9點 AM，Hong Kong time 9 AM。溫哥華時間係5點鐘晏晝，星期一。倫敦依家咧係1 AM London。咁啱啱我哋咧就都知道啦，喺幾個鐘頭之前 ，Hong Kong Watch 嘅網站個 website 咧就喺香港就係睇唔到噶啦。咁就如果你話 PCCW、Cable、Hong Kong Broadband， 咁所有即係呢啲嘅電信公司咧，都係入唔到去 Hong Kong Watch 個網站嗰度。咁今日咧我就有Hong Kong Watch 嘅 founder 之一 Ben Rogers， 咁同埋我哋 Action Live 嘅榮譽法律顧問 Joy Look 一齊咧喺個節目度嘅。Ben，I shouldn't say it's good to have you appearing on my program because it's shocking news that the website cannot be accessed in Hong Kong, hongkongwatch.org. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Ed, very much for inviting me to be on to talk about this. I was actually about to go to sleep because it was nearly 1 o'clock in the morning, my time. But when I got your message, I thought this is too important, and I should join you. So I'm glad to be with you. Well, I'm not glad to be with you in the circumstances, but because of the importance of the issue, I'm glad to be with you.
Right. So this is what approximately 5 years since you were not able to gain entry to Hong Kong. That was 2017, right? When you landed, you cannot go through immigration.
That's correct. I mean, of course, many far more serious things have happened to Hong Kongers than have happened to me in the past 5 years. But in a way, the journey that I've been on over the last 5 years is like a kind of microcosm of the dismantling of Hong Kong's freedoms. 5 years ago, October 2017, I was denied entry to Hong Kong, and so I was banned from Hong Kong. And today, the organization that I co-founded shortly after that, the website is now banned in Hong Kong.
Right. And I just checked globally. We can, of course, get access. It's just the Hong Kong ISPs. I think they follow the instruction, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. From the directive of the authority.
I think that's correct. I mean, we haven't received any notification from the authorities. We haven't had any information, but we've had a lot of information from people multiple people who've reported to us throughout the day that they have not been able to access our website. And so it's clear that it has been blocked. And I mean, unless there is some technical fault, and if there is, we give it a day or so to see. But I'm assuming, unless there's any technical explanation, that this is an instruction from the Hong Kong government.
Yeah, I think the chances are it is from someone high up, definitely from the government to block. And what have you published so far? I know Chris Patton, who is a patron of Hong Kong Watch, he was in the parliament talking about granting visa to those who are born after 1997. Is that something that triggered this, or some other things inside your website that becomes kind of nervous for the Hong Kong government?
It's difficult to know, really, because I mean, I guess over the last really since Hong Kong Watch was founded, we have been a critic of the Hong Kong government, a critic of the CCP regime, and so there are multiple things that we've done that I'm sure they're not happy with. Whether it was the events of the last few days, the amendment that two of our patrons, Chris Patton and also Lord Alton, put forward in the House of Lords to extend the BNO program to apply to young Hong Kongers. That happened last Thursday last week, and of course we spread the news of that debate and their speeches. whether that was the trigger or whether it was just a build-up, I don't know, because I think everything we do as an organization is not viewed on favorably by the Hong Kong or Chinese governments, and sadly, this news today is an illustration of their assault on freedom of expression and freedom of information.
Right, and I think it will be quite challenging moving forward for some of the other social media platforms, YouTube and Twitter, and I already foresee that coming. But technically, to block YouTube, it's a little bit more difficult, unless you are saying YouTube cannot be accessible in Hong Kong. And using VPN also, it's a tricky thing. And I know a lot of people in mainland China is using VPN, and it's a gray area in the sense that it's not really like something that's approved. And I want Joy to jump in if you want to comment anything on VPN use.
First of all, I'm happy to see you guys again, especially for Benedict Rogers here. I know in Hong Kong the situation is very bad, but on behalf of the younger generation, I would like to thank for your effort, especially in your works in the House of Lords, fighting for the BNO for the younger generation in Hong Kong. And actually, I have BNO, but I never use it. I'm now in Toronto, so I have the freedom. I can access any information that I want to see. However, the situation in Hong Kong is very bad. As far and to the best of my knowledge, I may not be correct, may not be correct all the time, but using VPN in China is illegal. So I really don't know whether the Hong Kong government will impose such restriction on the people of Hong Kong, not allowing them to use VPN again. But just like, even though I know that the web page of Hong Kong Watch was banned by the Hong Kong government, so that if without using VPN, nobody can access the page. But you have your Facebook page, I know, so that I wonder whether your Facebook page is still accessible to those people in Hong Kong. And if not so, I think maybe somebody will have just kept screen of your news and then post it on their Facebook. I really don't know whether it is illegal in Hong Kong, but many things in Hong Kong are quite ridiculous right now. So I really don't know. And the other point is that their place next to Hong Kong is Zhuhai, just next to Macau, in between Macau and Hong Kong, and mainland Chinese and Macau people can go there. They can access YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and others. But there are some restrictions. Maybe there is some cooperation with Facebook, Google, or other information provider. I really don't know, but it would be the case in Hong Kong, even though we can access YouTube in the future still. But I don't think that it will be a long time. Maybe they will impose some restrictions on some sort of sensible information there, I guess, so that we should be careful if the people in Hong Kong using VPN. But in this stage, from my opinion, I really cannot guess anymore, because there is no rule of law in Hong Kong right now, and
Right.
using VPN is not illegal, but I don't know.
It's a gray area, definitely. And I just want to make some further comments. Timothy Fan, I think he lives in Vancouver. Ben, this is something worth talking about. Hong Kong Watch website blocked by PCCW and many service providers. Yes, thank you, Tim Fan. it's a fact now. So yeah, I don't have further comments because it is blocked. And Ben, would you write to the Hong Kong government? I guess I don't want to take up too much of your sleep time. What is your next action, so to speak? Because this is has been more than 12 hours since it's down, right? Would you write to Carrie Lam, or I don't know, what is the next thing to do?
Yeah, well, thank you, Ed. First of all, let me just say that it's a great inspiration to be on your show with Joy, and I think this is the second time that we've been together. We were together on your show for a prayer session at New Year, and Joy is a real inspiration to me. So thank you, Joy, for what you have said and for what you are doing. In answer to your question, I think obviously I will have to consult. I mean, I've been consulting all day with my colleagues and my team and our patrons, our trustees. We will have to work out exactly what we do, but I'm sure that we will demand an explanation from the Hong Kong government, because it's absurd to block our website, and so I'm sure we will request an explanation. I'm sure we will be commenting and writing opinion pieces and other comments in the coming days. But I want to make clear that this is not just about one organization. This is not just about Hong Kong Watch. This is about access to internet freedom, freedom of expression, access to information generally. And I know we're not the only organization that has been blocked. I think there have been one or two other websites that have been blocked. The last thing I would also say, Ed, is that if this block stays in place and Hong Kongers in Hong Kong cannot access our website, that does not disconnect the bond between me and my team in Hong Kong Watch and the people of Hong Kong. We are united, we are connected, we have a bond spiritually and politically, and in terms of the values that we share. And even if people can't access our website, I hope people in Hong Kong listening to this will know that we will continue speaking out and fighting and working for Hong Kong. In answer to Joy's question about social media, as far as I know, our social media is not yet affected. So people can still follow us on social media, on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. But who knows? Maybe those things will be stopped in the coming, in future, in time. But even if they are, the spiritual connection and the political connection between us will always remain solid.
Well, definitely the spiritual connection will not end. Yesterday, I didn't want to bother you because it was a Sunday. We just did another global prayer movement for Hong Kong. I connect with so many other pastors and also people from the Catholic faith yesterday, and it is initiated from Vancouver, and it was great. A lot of people saw the program, and that's gone viral. And I'll send you what we did yesterday too. But I guess just like what you said, people demand an answer of why your website is blocked, and I hope the Hong Kong government would give an explanation.
Absolutely, I hope so too. They didn't give an explanation as to why I was denied entry to Hong Kong 5 years ago, but maybe they'll be persuaded to give an explanation this time as to why our website is blocked.
Yeah, thank you, Ben, and your bedtime, I know, but you know what? Tomorrow is also Valentine's Day in Hong Kong. It's that Chinese Valentine's Day.
Oh. Yeah. 1 day later than the rest of the world.
Right. Joy, you know that, right? What is it called? Chinese Valentine, is it?
Maybe. In Cantonese, we call...
Yun Xiu, right? Yun Xiu Kai Ji.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but in English, I really don't know. But I just want to can I make a response to Rogers?
Yeah.
And then I think that you are right, because the people in Hong Kong had no freedom, and all are right out, are banned. Just like I watched a movie called Revolution in Time last night in which was shown in Toronto. We have more than 500 people there. So, but when they just showed the situation in Polytechnic University at the time I was there, and then we have no way out. We are dejected. But the case that we know is, if we can see somebody outside Hong Kong, such in the UK, in such as Benedict Rogers, Lord Chris Patten, and Lord Alton, helping us, we will be optimistic. I hope that I want people have hope. But now they ban all the information accessible, used to be accessible to people in Hong Kong. They have no way up. Oh, they are quite disappointed. I hope that I really don't know whether the Hong Kong government will give us any explanation to the ban, but I don't think so. But we still have tried, because I just adopt the famous words as said by Steve Jobs. He said that he accepts failure, but he don't accept not trying. So I hope voters can help us to see what is now happening of the Hong Kong government by banning your page. But it is lucky that they still not. We are now still able to access your Facebook or social media. So it would be another way. But I hope nobody knows what will happen tomorrow. I don't know.
Well, they can't ban it all. I mean, there are still a lot of other medias. So
Yeah.
let's see.
Yeah. Ed, can I just very briefly respond to Joy? Thank you so much for what you've just said. And I totally agree. And no matter what they ban, I mean, they can ban me from visiting Hong Kong, which they have. They can ban our website. If in the future they ban our social media or my own social media. But the one thing they cannot ban is two things they cannot ban. One is the bond that we have with the people of Hong Kong. We will always be in solidarity with the people of Hong Kong, speaking out when the people of Hong Kong cannot speak out themselves. We will speak out for them from outside. And the other thing that they cannot ban is from outside Hong Kong. They can't stop me speaking. They can stop me coming to Hong Kong. They can stop our website coming into Hong Kong, but they can't stop us talking to the international community about what's happening in Hong Kong. And I want to promise the people of Hong Kong that we will never stop. We will not give up. In fact, things like the news today only embolden us. They only encourage us to do more, because we recognize that how hard it is for people in Hong Kong to speak out. Therefore, we have all the more responsibility outside Hong Kong. So to Hong Kongers in Hong Kong, even if you can't hear from me in the future, don't think that the silence means that I'm not speaking. It just means that you can't hear me, but I will always be speaking.
And I would drag you more into Etchin Wear and Etchin Life, if that's the case.
Sure, so, great.
Yeah. And I hope one day, Ben and Joy too, we can all have a beer at FCC, right? I kind of wait forward to that day.
I look forward to that very much.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ed. Thank you, Joy, very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. See you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
好，咁我送走咗阿 Joy 同埋Benedict Rogers 咧，之後咧，希望大家再關注啦，就係咧呢個嘅網站究竟會唔會咧係再可以再 up 翻啦？咁似乎就香港政府係需要有一個解釋，究竟可唔可以上到去？咁應該就都暫時嚟講都幾困難。咁呢樣嘢係喺 香港嘅係咪叫元宵佳節啊？咁就同大家講一聲啦，就係Happy Valentine's Day 啦，就元宵佳節快樂。咁我都繼續就每一次我諗到嘅咧，都會打一次依家在獄中嘅朋友，紀念住佢哋啦，紀念住相信呢個 batch 裏邊咧有好多人咧都係生日啊，或者係呢個月咧係生日嘅，咁就 Happy Birthday to 你哋，亦都紀念住我哋嘅工作，Action World 同埋 Action Life， 我哋將會咧係喺今年繼續咧喺英美加3個地方咧繼續係連線啦，同埋最主要就係香港嘅報導，捍衞最後自由。咁希望大家可以支持我哋嘅頻道，遲啲再傾。